Good evening and welcome. South Africa finds itself under state of alert as a series of intense, unseasonal storms have swept across the nation, marking a destructive and disruptive start to December 2025. What was hoped to be a calm transition into the Southern Hemisphere summer has instead turned into a period of extreme weather volatility, prompting urgent warnings and widespread emergency responses. Tonight, we detail the path of destruction, the national response, and the lingering threat posed by this persistent meteorological event. The first week of December 2025 has been characterized by a dramatic shift in South Africa's weather patterns, with the South African Weather Service, or SAWS, issuing multiple high-level warnings for severe thunderstorms across several provinces. The storm system, which began to intensify around the closing days of November, brought with it a dangerous cocktail of conditions: torrential rain, large hail, and destructive winds. Areas in the northeastern provinces have borne the brunt of the initial impact. Gauteng, particularly the greater Pretoria area, alongside parts of Mpumalanga and Limpopo, saw the most immediate and severe effects. The ferocity of the thunderstorms led to a yellow level 2 impact-based warning for areas including eastern northwest, Gauteng, western Mpumalanga, and southwestern Limpopo. SAWS explicitly cited risks of localized damage to infrastructure, property, vehicles, and even livestock due to the combination of large hail, damaging straight-line winds, and excessive lightning activity. Compounding the problem, the heavy downpours have triggered widespread localized and flash flooding, particularly in low-lying and informal settlements, where drainage systems are often overwhelmed by the sheer volume of water. The relentless nature of the storms means that soil across affected regions is already oversaturated, greatly increasing the future risk of surface runoff and further flooding as subsequent rain is unable to drain effectively. The material damage from these severe weather events has been significant and widespread, affecting key public services and infrastructure. In urban centers like Gauteng, reports indicate thousands of households were plunged into darkness due to widespread power outages caused by lightning strikes and damage to electrical infrastructure. Media reports confirm that electricity substations and power lines across affected regions, including parts of the Pretoria area, were severely compromised, requiring extensive repair work. The force of the winds and hail caused structural damage to homes and municipal buildings. Roofs were torn off, windows shattered, and vehicles suffered extensive denting and breakage from hailstones described as unusually large. Furthermore, major and minor roadways have been rendered impassable in numerous locations. Flooding has submerged low-lying bridges and damaged road surfaces, leading to traffic chaos and complicating emergency response efforts. Transport links, already under pressure as the holiday season begins, have faced significant delays and cancellations. Beyond the immediate urban infrastructure, the agricultural sector is also facing substantial losses. The intense hail and flooding have devastated crops in farming areas across the Free State, Northwest, and Limpopo, dealing a severe blow to regional food security and the livelihoods of farmers just as harvest time approached for certain produce. Experts warn that the economic fallout from this weather event could be felt for months. In response to the crisis, local and provincial disaster management teams have been fully activated. The primary focus of the government's response has been to manage the emergency and mitigate the ongoing risks to life and property. Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs (COGTA) and the South African Police Service, SAPS, have been working to coordinate relief and recovery. Measures include the provision of temporary shelter, assistance with clearing blocked roads, and the deployment of search and rescue teams. Authorities have been actively warning the public to heed all weather advisories, advising against unnecessary travel and emphasizing the extreme danger of crossing flooded rivers or low-lying bridges. The looming threat, however, is that this is not a passing system. SAWS meteorologists have cautioned that the first week of December is likely to be a continuation of the volatile pattern seen in late spring. The forecast indicates that the risk of severe thunderstorms, complete with heavy downpours, hail, and damaging winds, remains high for the central and eastern parts of the country for the foreseeable future. The system is being fueled by atmospheric instability typical of the early summer months, amplified by moisture drawn into the region. This latest severe weather event also shines a spotlight on South Africa's growing vulnerability to climate extremes. Meteorological data suggests that the country is experiencing a long-term trend of increasing weather volatility. While severe weather is not unknown in the region, the frequency and intensity of events, like the one currently underway, are prompting serious discussions about the need for greater climate resilience. The destruction witnessed, particularly in the most vulnerable areas, highlights the urgent need for robust infrastructure development and better urban planning that can withstand greater environmental pressures. The current conditions, the persistent high heat in the Northern Cape and Western Cape, combining with the severe moisture and storm systems in the east, underscore the complex and often contradictory challenges facing the nation's weather preparedness. The heavy rainfall in the northeast, while devastating, contrasts sharply with the ongoing drought and dryness in other parts of southern Africa, illustrating the regional disparities in climate impact. For now, the focus remains on recovery and vigilance. Authorities continue to stress that the public must stay informed via official channels, as the unpredictable nature of these convective storms means conditions can change rapidly. South Africa faces a challenging festive season ahead, one dominated not by celebration, but by the ongoing task of recovering from and preparing for the next wave of extreme weather.
Oh my gosh, guys, like, oh no. I don't even want to look at my... Oh my word. Oh my God.
We will continue to follow this developing story closely. Stay with us for the latest updates on the relief efforts and the ongoing weather forecast. Thank you for watching and see you again.
Can we have spade please, madam? This is my complex. Unset close antaru. మొత్తం ఐస్ తో క్లోజ్ అయిపోయింది. ఇదిగో ఇట్లా పడిపోయింది. మొత్తం చెల్లా బిల్ల విధ్వంసమే ఈరోజు. మొత్తం